Welcome into the conclusion of the Kayak Point Showdown, which is the fourth stop in the GoThrowTour presented by Prodigy Disc. This is the back nine, and we are crowning a champion right here. I'm Luke Humphreys, joined in the booth by Mr. Matt Bell today. We got an easier back nine than we saw on the front. Many more holes playing under par, even some eagle opportunities, Matt. What's a good score that players are shooting for on this back?
Yeah, you definitely want to be getting to the pace of at least half of these holes. 50% birdie rate is going to keep you in the mix or even move you up the leaderboard. I feel like if you're doing a little less than that, you could fall behind on this back nine as players heat up.
Yeah, we see some hot pace there. Isaac Robinson, 9 through 16. Adam Hemmings, 6 through 12. Dallas Garber playing himself a little chase card action, shooting some good golf as well. Zach Nash, Eagle McMahon on fire, finishing his round out super strong. So some guys chasing, but Gannon Buhr, the storyline thus far in the event, shooting course record yesterday, keeping that pace today. He nearly aced hole 9, got the eagle there, vaulting his lead into 6 strokes headed into hole 10. Tight gap on the right. The pure line it's got to be pure. Very tricky.
You're right. It's got to be right up the middle through this 5-foot gap, maybe. If you go right side, it's really difficult to get all the way to the pin without hitting a tree. You see the way the drone flew there. It doesn't really reach the basket. You got to hit this inside gap and slide a hyzer forward.
The gray bent one in the distance is your line. You can peel a hyzer off that one.
Yeah.
And a good kick there for Gannon all the way to the edge so he can play out around in the open, kind of gets himself out of the woods. That's the proper shape.
Yeah, you see the course local taking that inside hyzer gap. That's the one that will lead you to the basket. And then you can also have players poke out into the field. Gannon kicked into just to play it safe and get a look. Ben's going to show us here. Even with the branch hit, he should be putting for birdie with that kind of power.
Yeah, he's past the basket.
Yeah, he might have like a 60, 70 footer out there.
Look at this thing.
Perfection from Luke.
Wow, inside the circle, past the basket. Hard to do. That's like a straight fairway. Like you said, flipping it up, but keeping it on hyzer.
And that is the tightest gap thus far on the course. If you want to birdie this hole, you do have to hit that. And it doesn't even feel like it's 7 feet wide. So incredible stuff.
It can't be 7. It's more like 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5, 5 feet.
Yeah. Gannon's all the way out here in the open, left with a pretty standard chip shot, going stable approach, hitting early, leaving himself 38 feet, and this is where Ben ended up with that forehand out the gap. It's not really a birdie play, but for a guy that's not hitting gaps too well today.
Yeah, I really would have liked to see a sidearm from Gannon there, but it looked like he was really committed to hitting one of those lines on the inside there and caught a tree, so he'll have a little tester. Carter going with the full Anheuser release on that putt and almost got it to go.
Yeah. I like that. Getting a little extra distance with that Anheuser. Now Gannon. No problem.
He is locked in with that putter right now.
That range for him is so easy. He does it so simply. He can do it in clutch situations too. To win a tournament, he's just as good. Now, this would be a sweet birdie.
What are we doing, Luke? Can't miss these putts.
He said it. If you're trying to chase down Gannon, you're not going to have too many opportunities to steal a stroke, and that was one of them. I do love this next one, though, because we got eagle opportunities coming up. Hole 11, offers players a variety of options off the tee. I'm already talking about it because I want you guys to think about it. You've got over the path, you've got forehand left, and then you got big hyzer around the right side. You can see all that airspace right now that I'm talking about. It's actually all out of bounds. So players are going to be taking on risk, but possibly gaining a stroke. The hyzer line plays about 450 feet. You can't go deep with the hyzer. You see the trees kind of blocking the deep entry, so you got to kind of sneak in short. I think that's the play.
Yeah, those branches extend all the way out to that OB line on the right, so it does feel risky taking that hyzer line. But as long as you poke through at about 400 to 450,
What? Oh,
you should be able to get an
so
eagle look.
close.
Gannon opts to play it safe for the birdie.
He had never tried the hyzer line. He admitted to me actually right there.
Okay.
I didn't watch too many holes. I'm not trying to see this action beforehand, but I did have to resolve a conflict down there as the TD. So I walked down. I was like, why didn't you throw the hyzer, bro?
Well, Ben's showing him why he should have right here.
Yep. No.
Thank you.
Even a little inside still gives him the eagle look. Now, Luke also lining up the straight line. This is covering out of bounds the entire time, right down the path. Kicks right, stays in.
It's the most impressive shot on the hole.
It is, dude. It
When
was.
you're getting it straight that far, it's really difficult to do.
Yeah, 400 feet on a line. And the local playing a monster spike hyzer. Coming in a little early, just like I said, 40 feet. That's the position play. And you can execute that basically every time once you know where that window is. And Gannon just didn't have enough time to practice and see that window in practice. Said that twice. So good, though.
Ben really conservative off the tee here, leaving himself at about 120 feet, it looks like.
Ooh.
That's a good line. Decent.
Almost sets it in the front of the basket there, just a couple feet shy.
It sounds like we have a bird track going on over the disc golf that's happening, but I promise you guys that's just Kayak Point. When the crowd stilled and the players were about to throw, it was so quiet other than the birds. An amazing experience out here. Being in Washington nature, watching Gannon Burr seemingly run away with another one.
And he really made that lie look like an in the circle putt, and he was a good 37, 38 feet away
Get it there.
and set it in like it was nothing.
Yeah.
It was really impressive to watch him get down on top of his putter and take advantage of those downhill
Yeah.
looks at the basket.
Yeah. Nice birdie from Luke Taylor. It's going to be birdies all around, but some feel better than others. Carter Aarons having an opportunity at picking up a stroke right there. He's going to be a little disappointed with this birdie. Not typically disappointed with birdies, but he's got the game for it. Look how wide his shoulders are, man. He's a youngster still. Can't wait to see this guy progress, gain some patience, get a little wisdom, and just get his feet about him, you know?
Yeah, at 17, he does not look like a 17-year-old. He's been hitting the gym.
Yeah, you can tell. And you watch that thing come out of his hand, 85 miles an hour. We talked about it earlier. It's a whole nother level.
Yeah, and then to have to make the adjustment playing in the woods, it's really impressive what these guys are doing. We saw some really good front nines,
Look.
and we're going to see some even better back nines from these guys.
Yeah. I think Gannon's playing the proper shot here. Understable fairway driver. Or mid-range. It is downhill. You're just looking for a hyzer. Ooh, look at this.
Nope.
Proper shot shape. That's what we're talking about. Flip to flat to glide. The 342 happens easy. You don't need to give it too much. Interesting here. Forehands. What do you make of this, Matt?
The hillside captures the sidearms better down there at the basket. It does fall off a bit to the left, so that's why these guys are going with such understable discs on their backhand, because you don't want it to fade at the end. It will fall down the hill there a little bit. And you can bump all the way down to putter here if you're comfortable with it.
This guy, plenty of power to bump down to putter.
Chill.
They did. Gannon kind of giggling, just laughing at how powerful that putter shot was from Carter.
Yeah, definitely showing Carter the respect on that one by chiming in on his shot.
Just like, oh my goodness.
It was really good.
Chill.
I mean, sometimes on a course like that, when you throw a shot all the way down there, you're just happy with it no matter what the result at that point.
Right.
And he knew it was coming in a little hot.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was fine. If it didn't even hit that tree, he would have been happy with it.
Yeah, gap and line are important enough. Oh, what an angle. So nicely framed up.
Ben, trusting that putter, playing it just a bit outside and relying on that fade at the last second. Incredible read.
Beautiful putt. Awesome film job there. Shout out to our guys on the grounds. This is not an easy course to film. A lot of blind shots. Come on. Give it to him. It seemed like a pretty simple approach he was playing originally. Hits that tree, leaves him outside the circle, but no harm done. There we go. And just that one guy with the birdie look left. Ability to pick up a stroke on the card. Break the tie with Ben. There we go. Couple in a row for he and Ben. Showing they've got some life coming into a nice stretch of birdies here. With an eagle opportunity on 15, here on 13, you're looking at a fairly straight shot that tails right to left at the end. Goes uphill a little bit. Is this a skip shot hole, Matt?
Yeah, you can definitely poke a hyzer and get it to skip there. You can also slide a sidearm through the left fairway, which I think is the ideal shot for this hole. It's just real tough to get that hyzer skipping through all these ferns.
Yeah. Ben doing the opposite of what I was thinking, going very high. Saw something I didn't. There's your forehand.
Yeah, you let it drift a little too far left there. You really need it to straighten out quickly after that initial turn to have it slide all the way up there clean.
Okay. Yeah, Gannon going stable, looking for the big flex. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you saw how quickly it broke out of that initial turn, kept him clean down that left side.
Yeah.
Really good stuff from Gannon.
Similar line, even better. Oh,
And you see the result of how much better that was. He put it not only dead center through the fairway the whole way, nearly rang it up.
right. Had the stability to dig into the ground, stay close. Oh, this going way long.
So good.
Yeah, it's going to be like 50 feet. Fern putt coming back. Better ferns than nettles. Both options exist as just a loose jumper there from Ben.
Yeah, a little carefree there. It's going to leave him a long look for par now.
Yeah. He's been close on that 100-footer. Better to laugh it off than to slam a disc or or curse or outburst or something like that.
Absolutely. Showing a lot of maturity from Ben there.
Yes.
Keeping the positive energy on the card as Carter cleans up from a errant upshot for good save there.
Look at that. He can barely get back. He was out there.
I want you to notice how he's coming down almost on the top of his disc here, like he's brushing it forward.
Yeah.
Really taking advantage of his height these days on those putts, it looks like. Creating a downhill lie every time.
They almost all are when you're like 6'8".
Yeah.
And it'll be Carter for the moment as we head into a word from our sponsors.
Bend the reality of what a disc can be and discover Ultra Soft plastic. With its extreme flexibility and tackiness, Ultra Soft has the best grip and flex of any plastic Prodigy has ever made. Take on cold or wet weather with confidence behind every shot. We are excited to add 300 Ultra Soft to the lineup, which joins 400 and 500 Ultra Soft. Check out the entire collection today on ProdigyDisc.com or your local retailer.
All right, hole 14, par 3 at 360. Another beautiful wooded hole. Pretty straight and then getting a little messy short of the green. Feels like you got to get a little lucky to beat these last trees, but anything around there is a good putt. What are you playing here, Matt?
A little left to right slide on the hyzer flip up is the ideal shot here. You can also squeeze a sidearm in through that left side. It is tight, but it's very doable.
Understable mid from Gannon. Go in.
You mean under the basket, bro?
Gannon calling it after that left to right slide. If you're hitting the fairway the entire way, you know you're going to be right on the pin.
Sounds like people are parachuting up on top of us. Another beautiful shot. That one a fairway driver. Similar distance. Wow. Okay, the sounds of nature. Like those better.
It is Memorial Weekend out here, so you got all the boaters and anybody with an airplane has got it out there right now.
Yeah. Carter going for a putter there after Luke Taylor, who absolutely crushes the disc, went with a fairway driver. Interesting play. Come on.
Oh.
Oh, chopped down as it tried to hyzer back.
Yeah, a little too much turn out of that one for Ben, and catches one of those trees on the right side.
We talked about Ben just like playing that 70% game. Maybe discing up if he wants to. I feel like Carter could stand to throw a little softer. Think about that tee shot, just needing to hit the gap being the most important thing in progressing up the fairway.
Yeah, there's definitely multiple ways to play the game.
Yeah.
And I do think that makes it a bit easier in the woods to hit these lines.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a champion in the woods, and you got some good wisdom to pass along when it comes to that sort of thing.
Yeah, because even Gannon, we can see he's got enough power to throw a putter there. He's, discing up to a mid-range, ensuring he's hitting the line. If you're used to throwing your putters and that's your comfortable shot and you're playing enough, I don't think it's a problem.
Yeah.
But if you're not playing enough, it's just too demanding of a shot to execute every time.
Yeah. All right. Eagle Ops right here. Par 4, 471. You've got to move it a little left to right and carry it about 450 to clear that ravine. Hyzering out's fine. Gives yourself a putt. Don't get super caught up in moving it left to right late. I think just hitting this gap and giving yourself the eagle putt would be the thing to do here. You don't get married with that right pin placement. Just get it all the way down there straight.
Yeah, at this distance, most of these guys are going to be taking a nice poke at the basket after a good drive.
We go right today. Get through. Don't hit the one tree.
And if this gaps it all the way, he's going to be putting.
Okay.
Catches late, just fine over there. Looked like he pulled it 6 feet off of his intended line.
Yeah, not a bad effort at all.
Turn. Oh, it was gonna turn. Wow, that's a lot of sideways kick right there. I think that's where like Mr. Tumnus hangs out. Narnia. I think that's Narnia down there.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to try and move it left to right a lot on that throw, and unfortunately started it out a little too far left.
Good grief. It is so nice when he throws it good. It looks so easy, and it's so powerful.
Yeah, taking a very overstable high-speed driver and just punching it as straight as he can. It flew Anheuser flat and Heiser straight at the basket the whole way.
Ooh, look at this thing. Oh, he got twizzled.
The smallest branch in the fairway denies Ben an eagle putt.
Yeah, it drops him to the bottom. The worst part, it's not just that he stops at 70 feet instead of 30. It's that he now can't see the basket. Here we go, Luke Taylor.
No! Frick!
And you can see the different styles in the throws between Ben and Carter's. Ben opting for the full Heiser flip up and late turn. Two very different shots and almost identical lines.
Look at that shot right there. Sweet angle.
Nice recovery. Ooh, ow. That's metal. Bruh.
Getting a great example of the nettle out here. It has the jagged edges and the half diamond shape to it.
Look, that cost him too. He fell into a hole last year and his leg got stuck in a nettle patch. Absolutely messed up his right leg, so he's a little sensitive to those sort of things now.
Yeah, he'd rather short arm it and give up a stroke. He's got a comfortable enough lead.
Is he even going to give up a stroke either? We'll see. This is,
Oh my gosh.
oh, the launch skip.
You would be.
It's got a flag stick on it too. It's just that, as you said earlier, the skinniest flag stick pull of all time. Doesn't get in the way. Oh, a little soft from Luke. Another chance to pick up a stroke on Gannon. Come on. Beautiful putt.
Carter showing he's still got everything it takes to win a tournament. It just needs to line in for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can tell he put some time in on the putts. Everything's synchronized well when it happens right. It's looks right. Looks like he's got the mechanics dialed.
Gannon displaying how much power he really has on that last putt, putting it up through the foliage, and it doesn't waver, sliding off the top. No problem on the comebacker.
Yeah. If I'm a youngster at home, I'm trying to mimic that putt. I'm trying to eat all my vegetables to get as tall as I can so that I can putt down at every basket that I look at and just mimic that putt. I'm just smashing carrots and broccoli, peas, all the stuff that I don't want to just to get tall. If you're listening, say do it. Take your vitamins too. I know your parents, they want you to. You should definitely do it, kids. Headed into 16, par 4, 474, Matt. This is like a horseshoe.
It really is. You can poke a hyzer, no problem, to bite off about 3/4 of the shot, leave yourself a little putter throw at it. And then if you want to smooth down on a sidearm Annie and have it flexing out of that flight, you're going to get a little past where a hyzer would go.
Wow. Not a tree.
No, he peered the line right there. You do want to swing that hyzer all the way around the right side and have it fight back immediately.
Ben going mid-range, little wide. No way. Gannon's throwing that super understable fairway driver.
Keep going. Oh my gosh.
And it looked like it got kicked out to the right.
Dude, he's not playing that shot if he's 7 strokes up on. He's not 7 strokes up on the card.
You think he was having some fun with that one?
I do. I think that was for the fans right there. That was for us here in the booth and at home.
The understable discs do stretch the furthest on the hyzers. So if he does lock it in on that inside, it could stretch a whole lot and get close.
You remember when they used to play the F7 challenge? He and Alden, like the 125 F7s, they'd have to throw knife spike hyzers just to get them to fly. He knows those angles, is what I'm saying. Wow.
Ben opting for the skinniest gap in front of him and fillets it to about 40 long.
Yeah, there's times you want to spin the camera and there's times you don't. I still have a putt coming back though.
This green is very fast. If you don't have a controlled shot coming in, you are going to go past the basket. It's really easy to do. So Ben's going to have a long putt coming back.
This is a great drive right here.
Oh my god. Just throw it.
That's one of those things. Having 85, needing to throw it 85 miles per hour, that is, and needing to throw it 165 right there. You know, he'll have to develop that touch over time, as many of the champions have. You know, at 17, Gannon was obviously one of the best, but he wasn't winning the Pro Tour events just yet. Carter will grow and figure things out. Can't wait to see when he does. Not his best performance today, but there will be more. Same could be said for Ben Calloway. But both of these guys are two of my favorites to watch. I mean, Carter, yeah, what he's going to be doing in the future, it's going to elevate the game, possibly put us on ESPN. That's what takes it to the next level. These youngsters, no. Not getting a little loose right there. Yeah, what these youngsters are going to do with the game next, you know, changing the way that we have to design the courses, Matt.
It's going to be incredible. I mean, these players are proving that this game is a game of perfect. Paul Macbeth has proved it time and time again, shooting 18 down on tour. And they've done everything they can to try and stop us. And you have players now that are stepping up to the newest challenges and throwing near perfect on the hardest courses in the world. So it's incredible how far our game's come in the last 10 years.
Yeah. MPO and FPO. Really love watching those FPOs. And we had a great field here at our GoThrow event, and don't want to spoil it, but definitely go watch it on Birdie Productions coming out here shortly.
You know, we have these players stepping up to the challenge. We have now handfuls of players shooting over 300 ratings on UDisc at these courses.
Yeah, we had 13 players going 300 plus yesterday on Kayak Gold. Insane.
Go, Dis. Shot loop.
Yeah, both those guys about the same spot. Just circle's edge short. This is a little change of pace hole for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that wall of trees that Carter pushed into. And if you try to ace this hole, you will hit those trees on the hyzer line. You really need to come inside of them if you want to stay clean.
Or not. You throw that disc.
And
You get lucky every time.
tempo way down so you can skip it in.
Yeah. Oh, my. Bunch of long, good efforts from Ben today. None of them dropping, but love the way he keeps shooting.
Cannon's first uphill putt in a while.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
does hyzer out on him.
he had that one tree guarding the right side of the basket, forcing him to throw it flat, even Anheuser. And what's harder to do than throwing uphill from the straddle on Anheuser with power?
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to do. It's easy to leak it out left there.
That's a good comeback here from Luke. Yeah, that was circle's edge or plus. That was his 10th step as he walked his way to the basket. Nice bird. You can tell that hometown crew still claiming him as one of their own. Definitely getting behind him.
Yeah, it's hard to believe Carter doesn't have his pads on under that jersey. It's looking a little bulky.
I know, seriously. Looks like a wide receiver out there. Headed into our final hole, Matt. Walks through it.
Yeah, this is one you need to stand up and ride as straight as you can without catching one of these trees on the right side for the backhand shot. Because if you kick left or fade left, there is an OB sidewalk that comes up very quickly. So it's important to lock this one in straight.
Yeah, any of those left kicks find OB inevitably.
Dude.
Kick the right way. Gannon going with that putter. Just looking to peer this thing straight. Tug and kick left. And like you talked about, Matt, that one does find the out of bounds. Luckily, he's got some strokes to play with.
Very impressive stuff from Luke today. He's going to have to stay impressive if he wants to hold on to his position here on the last hole.
Indeed.
He finds essentially first available and hopefully didn't go out of bounds. Ben, time and time again today, displayed some tutorial shots on some of the toughest wooded holes he's ever faced. So regardless of the result, really impressive stuff from all these guys. I think we saw it multiple times from every player. And these guys should all be very proud to finish under par here.
Yeah, at Kayak Point, a true test of the open and wooded. Tomahawk from Luke Taylor, and it looks like a thumber now from Carter Aarons.
Now, hit a fern. Fern. Hit it not.
No, instead of hitting a fern, it belly flopped off the mulch and went about 35 feet away.
Good shot.
Yeah, from his out of bounds spot, he pitches up for bogey. That'll be where he taps in the win.
Get it.
Look at that putt, dude. Odd stance, Anheuser, full spin. I mean, no wobble at any point.
Luke displaying why he's continued to stick to that Anheuser release. He's put in the time with it,
Yeah.
and he can extend that putt out to an incredible range.
Such a good putt. He turned to the crowd, got stoked.
I was goated.
Did.
Goated, Cole.
Gannon knows, as you alluded to earlier, Ben is goated from 40 to 50 feet. There's not many people better on the planet than this guy.
Nope. He finishes with a statement putt. It's a nice one that he can take into Portland. We got a DGPT Elite event happening next weekend just south of us. All these guys going to be participating and looking to build some confidence headed into it.
Yep, Carter going with what is the most accurate shot in disc golf, the overhand shot, but you do need that ground play to be in your favor for it to stay close.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that one skipped out off the mulch.
Yeah.
Gannon bringing us the win on what is the biggest show in disc golf this weekend, thanks to GoThrow.
Showdown champion, Gannon Bird.
Hey, yeah, thank you to everyone who came out this weekend to watch. It was pretty fun contesting on both of the courses here with the gold and the blue layouts. So it was a good mix of open and wooded golf. I had a good time, and yeah, thanks to the GoThrowTour for putting this one on. Always a good time, and thank you to my sponsors, Discmania, Squatch, and yeah, thank you guys.
He was already leading tour points, adding to his total, taking down his second win on the GoThrowTour this year. Gannon Burry's a hard man to catch these days. Playing pretty good golf just when you think there's a little kink in the armor. Bow, eagle, bounces right back, finishes strong, and that's us, guys. We're saying goodbye to Kayak Point. It has been an amazing spot to host another event here on the GoThrowTour, and what a list of names to attend. Isaac Robinson, the new course record holder, 10 under par. Not far behind him, Eagle McMahon posting that 8 under par, shooting 8 under in his last 9 holes with 5 twos in his last 6 holes. Insane stuff. He actually shot a 22 on the back 9. Eagle McMahon did. Matt Bell, you were there to watch it too.
Yeah, it was incredible. He really found the flow and got every one of his drives close to the basket.
Yeah. Makes it easy.
It does.
Momentum headed into Portland. Thank you guys for being with us. This has been the 2025 Kayak Point Showdown presented by Prodigy Disc. Thank you guys for being with us on another edition of GoThrow. For Matt Bell, I'm Luke Humphreys, and we'll see you guys next time here on GoThrow.